Okay, so before I answer this question, right, just
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take a stance. Okay, I'm gonna take a stance. I
Mm-hmm.
am pro crypto, but
Mm-hmm.
I am also pro free trade.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think that this whole uh trade war is gonna sustain. Okay, for the market. Okay, no matter what market you are in. Okay, so we all know that. Let's take a step backwards, right?
Mm-hmm.
When the when when Trump actually paused the reciprocal tariffs for 90 days, we can
Mm-hmm.
see like there is a short-term rally. Okay, we can see that the S&P has risen 3.5%,
Mm-hmm.
and we can see that Bitcoin surged 7%, right? And we also can see that altcoins, all of those has surged as well. Okay, so I think a lot of people think that this is like a new rally, but in the terms of what we can see from what other countries are doing, some countries are looking for Trump to discuss on the tariff terms in this 90 days, and we can see that some countries, such as China,
Mm-hmm.
they actually fight back and say,
Yeah.
if you
Yes.
want to raise us, oh, we can play with you, we can play along,
Mm-hmm.
and and it was crazy. And I think I saw the news that Trump said that it's gonna increase the tariff of China for 200 to 245%.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's like a game of poker. Okay, it's like a game of poker. I'm gonna raise you. I'm gonna raise you. I'm gonna raise you.
Yes,
So
exactly.
and China did something unexpected. We thought that China is gonna raise even more, but
Mm-hmm.
what they did was that they paused rare earth export to US. So this is a lot of risk coming through to it. Okay, and especially these two countries are one of the two largest economic powers of the world, and we can see that if this keeps on going, I don't think there is a how to say a happy ending to it, right? So what this 90 days pause, it's
Yeah.
actually just to reduce the short-term uncertainty, a short-term uncertainty that ease the traders, the investors, how to say the pressure, okay, from them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna say something that is kind of, I'm not saying bad things about Trump. I'm just saying that there is a reason why he paused it is because that we all know that in his circle there are like lots of billionaires, and I think that the billionaires, the stocks of them, their stocks, okay, are actually tanking as well. Okay, so I think it's kind of like a pressure reliever for them as well. So this is something that I can see what he's doing. So when we think about institutional investors, okay,
Mm-hmm.
we can interpret this whole thing is more of a dovish trade stance. So what I'm trying to say is that even though it has increased in the short term, it actually increased the risk of trading in any market. Okay, and when we talk about sustainability, okay, there is a short term upward momentum. Okay, that is certain, but it is unsustainable because when we talk about real structure, okay, real structural de-escalation of Trump and China, which is the US and China, which shows that a 90-day pause, okay, there is one really good case. I did some research on it. Okay,
Yeah.
in 2018, which is also in Trump's term. Okay, there is also a 90-day pause as well,
Yeah,
but
exactly. Yes.
yes, yes, yeah, and it ended in a sharper escalation, which means the problem, okay, become worse. So my expectation, okay, that the rally is gonna be, because it's gonna be good, okay, for the next 2 to 4 weeks, maybe 5 weeks tops, okay. But if there's no solution coming in, it's gonna get worse. Okay. However, again, all of this is just my personal opinion, based on history, based on some analysts of my own. It's not financial advice. I just feel like this is something that is going to repeat from what we know. So that is my kind of like my opinion on this. So back to you, Ruth. Let me just say this, right? It is personally, I think that it is a negotiation tactic, okay, and but it is something that has backfired from Trump's perspective. Okay, so his strategy, we can see that during his first term, he always used something called a pressure, like maximum pressure point, and this tactic has actually how to say that he likes to escalate things, right?
Yes,
He,
yes.
and likes to escalate things, and he always like, if you don't uh, follow my lead, I will put harsher punishment on you. You should listen to me, yeah, because I'm the US of A, yeah. So again, I'm not trying to demoralize Trump. What Trump is doing, I'm just standing in the shoe of a trader, right? And I don't care about other policy. I just care about what is in my portfolio. Is it going green or is it going red? Right. Okay. I think all of us have this concern as well. Okay. And we can see that this strategy, okay, what he wants to do is that he wants to soothe the market, okay, and he wants to soothe the American market, okay. He wants to, in his words, take manufacturing jobs back to America, right? But I
Yes.
don't think that is sustainable. That is how to say, realistic. Okay, so sorry, Trump fans, I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm just again, all right, okay, but I also think that he wants to renegotiate all of the previous terms. Okay, however, we can see that some of USA's longest allies, okay, like the EU, like Canada, like Mexico, they all retaliated with higher tariffs, right? Okay, these are historically, they are allies, USA's allies, and not did they negotiated with him, they got angrier and increased tariffs. Okay, so we all know that Canada increased 25% tariffs. Okay, we all know that EU also increased tariffs, right? And we're not talking about China, right? China and the USA, they have some like a different kind of political uh, standing, okay? But we're not going to go there. Okay, I'm not going to talk about politics. Just going to talk about trading, okay? And we can see that some of its more neutral allies or countries, they might have negotiate. They might have asked or requested to negotiate it. Okay, we can see that like ASEAN would also want to like form a pact to just discuss this tariff thing with Trump. We can see that South Korea has requested that their products, especially electronics, be exempted from the tariffs, and so on. Right. So, what is my final conclusion? Is there like a risk of reversal from Trump? Right. So we don't know that because Trump is a very very polarizing. He has a polarizing. How do I say this?
Hard to.
Emotions,
Yeah.
or I can say a way of doing things, right? So there is also a high probability where Trump just wake up next day and say, you know what, I don't want tariffs anymore. Let's just remove all of them. There is a possibility, right? We all know there's a possibility. So we might also see there's a modification, and this is a higher chance, which he modifies the tariff plans, right? Okay, so we don't know yet. So this is why I say like this 90 days is like super crucial. We need to see what countries are doing concessions to Trump, okay, or what countries or what pacts, okay, are actually retaliating even further. So that is my answer on this second question. I want to expand a little bit, not much. Okay, I believe that all of the big what we call the institutional traders, they don't actually feel like, how do I say this? Give me a second. I'm not really feeling well today, but anyhow, yeah. I believe that when we talk about the classic hedge, right? People always think it's gold, bonds, and Bitcoin,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So when we have this situation that is happening, right? We see that the inflow goes to this three thing, right? So now is that we can see that Bitcoin, okay, it might be kicked out of this classic hedge tree. Okay, that is how I believe into it, because that there is like it it kind of like it kind of acts like a, how do I say this, like a macro tech asset similar to Nvidia, Apple, ARC, sorry, ARK. And that is why we can see that there is a strong price movement during like positive geopolitical or liquidity shift. So we see that if, for example, AI has like a really great news, okay, like when ChatGPT released Sora, for some reason, Bitcoin has a slight impact to it, even though it doesn't have like a AI related kind of correlation between them. So I'm just saying that Bitcoin might actually feel like the, how to say it's turning into like as I said, a macro tech kind of asset. Okay, but it was previously a hedge, but I don't think that it is gonna lose that role as a hedge. Okay, it's gonna not gonna lose the role. Okay, we just need to know we just need to have this uh whole tariff thing to play out, and eventually we can see that Bitcoin will maybe outgrow itself as a hedge, and it can be much of a other kind of assets. So I think time will tell us what happens. Okay, so yeah, that's my answer.